One of my most loved franchises that I really haven't talked about much on this channel is Animal Crossing. As a young teen, New Leaf was my life. I played it for half an hour a day for 2 years straight, which added up for like 400 hours of gameplay in the end, making it my most played game of all time. I also took random snapshots of me abusing Maple for some reason, which I really don't understand because she was my favorite villager, but 14-year-old me really had some issues. The original Animal Crossing, though, holds a very special place in my heart, being the first one I got to play, so seeing as the game's 20th anniversary, well, at least in the US, is coming up later this year, why not revisit it, only with a twist? Instead of doing what you're supposed to do, improving your town, let's make it a living nightmare. Let's make the worst Animal Crossing town physically possible. Okay, so first thing we're gonna do is go to the clock and set the time back as far as possible, back to January 1st, 2001, and the plan is to do as much damage to our town as possible in 2001, and then set the clock forward to 2030, the latest date possible to completely ruin our town. From there, after starting a new save file, it's time to name the town. How about Hell? Yeah, what else would I name it? I mean, come on. After that, it's time to check out our town, buy a house, and work for Nook. Oh, he wants me to write a letter to Mitzi? Oh, I'll write her one, alright. Dear Mitzi, I love you so much! You're so sexy! I want to make out with you! Yeah, no, Peanut Butter Gamer had a thing for her, and he killed Tom because he hit it on her, but she's in my town now. Plus, it'd be awesome if I got killed by PBG. I'd be a legend, and, I like his videos, and, it'd be an honor. But besides that, I do feel kind of bad for these villagers having to suffer, though. I almost feel bad for what I'm gonna do to the people of this town. Except for Tom Nook with his dumb jobs he asks you to do. Oh, you want me to write an ad on a town bulletin board? It's not embarrassing? Okay, how about Tom Nook sells poop? There we go. That's totally not embarrassing at all. In my opinion, my least favorite thing about working for Nook is how you can't save until you finish all his jobs, which took me 45 minutes to do, but at least it's over. Now it's time to mess everything up. First, let's enter some secret codes to get some equipment, and then go around and cut down every tree in sight. But I'll leave the stumps, just to give a depressing feel. Oh, and Mitzi gets my letter, and rejects me. Just for that, I planted a whole bunch of orange trees around her house. Now she'll be stuck in her house for all eternity! And for good measure, I repeatedly hit my villagers with my net to get them to hate me. With all these preparations done, it's time to set the clock forward to 2030. Imagine what the villagers must think of me. I came to their town one day over 30 years ago, bought a house, cut down all of their trees, and assaulted them, then came back. They must be terrified. Upon re-entering town, the amount of weeds is ungodly. The whole town is one giant patch of weeds and stumps. Other than this, I have to admit, it's kind of disappointing. All the villagers remember me, but are mad that I haven't talked to them in 348 months. I don't know why you remember that specific date, but okay. No one moved out though, and only one new villager moved in. Also, only about half the trees I planted in front of Mitzi's house grew into trees, meaning my prison for her didn't really work out. Oh, and there's bugs in my house. Nice! I honestly expected the situation to be way worse. Maybe every single villager would have moved out and be replaced by new ones. Maybe the town would be run over with pitfalls, or maybe everyone would forget about me, but no, nothing like that happened. So, yeah, this is kinda disappointing. Well, there's only one thing left to do. Make out with Mitzi! I have no regrets!